Now that the students have their retiré positions and have been balancing on demi-pointe on 2 feet for some time, as well as on 1 foot flat, it's time to begin balancing in retiré on demi-pointe as preparation for pirouettes. Okay everyone, we're going to work on preparation for pirouettes. I will know you're ready for pirouettes when you can hold a 2-count balance in a good retiré. Everyone get in 5th, left hand on the bar, right foot front. First, we'll do a forced arch stretch. So demi-plie, 1, 2, forced arch, 3, 4. Now carefully stay on demi-pointe correctly and rotate those legs as you straighten. 5, 6, 7, and cross to Susu, 8. Good. Now take your right arm to first and carefully take your right foot through a beautifully shaped coupe front and then draw the side of your baby toe up the leg to retiré front. There's your pirouette position. Now take your time, find your balance, checking with your hand on the bar to see when you've got it. And then when you have your balance, add your left hand to first. You'll practice to be able to hold a 2-count balance in retiré. Come down a moment. I'd like to discuss balancing. Okay, now without leaning against the bar, just very, very simple. Everyone just stand on 1 foot for a minute. Balance without touching the bar, and it doesn't matter where the other foot is. Just keep it off the floor. Now, while you're balancing on 1 foot, concentrate, really think and feel what helps you balance. What's going on as you're balancing there on 1 foot? Mari, would you tell me what you feel when you're balancing there on that 1 foot?
I feel the foot adjusting. It's moving side to side, like rocking.
Yes, many students make the mistake when they try to balance of freezing or turning into stone. It's true you have to hold whatever position you're supposed to be in, but you also must allow your body to constantly adjust as you balance. It's a very subtle thing. You sort of feel a slight movement, almost internally, as you balance. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is this: hold your position well, but don't be a statue. Your balance still breathes and is alive, and without anyone noticing, it adjusts. I hope that makes sense. Okay, go to the bar and practice your balance in the pirouette position, retiré front. See if you can balance 2 counts. Say to yourself, 1 1,000, 2 1,000. And of course, be sure to practice on both sides. Bravo! Now that you know Développé side, you're ready to learn rond de jambe en l'air. This red wall that Kiara and Jessica are holding for us is going to help you keep your upper leg, your knee and your thigh in place while we do our rond de jambe en l'air. Now, watch everybody as I take Mari through a rond de jambe en l'air, en dehors, and this is how we'll do it. Put your arm in second a moment, brush the leg to second, and you can take your hand and just hold it right there. Now, when you do rond de jambe en l'air, the lower leg and foot must work straight under your knee or thigh or in front of your knee or thigh, but it must never go in back of your knee or thigh. So that's why our red wall is there. Now I'm going to bring her foot, and we're going to do a rond de jambe en dehors, away from the supporting leg. So first, as you bend your knee, we come into retiré, straight under the knee and under the thigh. And now we're working away from the supporting leg, so we're going to take the lower leg, the heel and the lower leg in front of her thigh and knee to open it to second, and we close with a tendu to the back. Now that was a rond de jambe en dehors, so it was away from the supporting leg. Now we'll do one en dedans. So brush second again, and you may hold your leg there a bit. Now, again, that thigh and knee have to stay in place against our red wall. Now this time, with that knee staying right there, I'm going to bring her heel in front as much as possible of her knee and her thigh into the retiré position. And then we straighten, and this time we close front. That's it. Now, watch a second. I'm going to do a couple of rond de jambe en l'air with my arm. Now, of course, it's much easier to do with your arm than it is your leg. Now, everyone, can you see? Now, this, let's pretend, is my right leg and foot. And I'm starting in front fifth, let's say, and I'm going to do, I want you to watch very closely and see if you can see a shape. What kind of shape do I make with this movement? So here I go. I brush second. Now I'm going to bring my foot and lower leg under my knee and under my thigh into the retiré. And then as much as I can, I'm going to take my foot and lower leg in front of my thigh and knee to open out. And that was an en dehors, and I close back. Now watch again. See if you can see a shape with this movement. I'm starting in fifth back, and I brush second. Now here comes my foot and my lower leg as much as I can in front of my knee and thigh to retiré and open second, and this time I close fifth front. Now, did anyone see a shape to that movement? Kiara?
A half circle.
A half circle. And Mari?
A capital D.
A capital D. Excellent. That is exactly right. You have now learned 2 of the 3 movements that I think are the most difficult we do at the barre in ballet, développés and rond de jambe en l'air. So I'm going to give you a combination with these 2 together, and later we'll learn the 3rd. Okay? You see, you're really becoming more advanced. Eileen, please demonstrate. We'll do this combination facing the barre to help you keep your hips and shoulders square front. Right foot front fifth, hands lightly on the barre. Now the right is going to do a 2-count développé side. Then we'll do 2 rond de jambe en l'air en dehors, 2 counts each, 3, 4, 5, 6, then lower tendu second, 7, and close back fifth, 8. Now you're going to repeat the combination en dedans. So the développé is same leg, 1, open, 2, en dedans 3, very nice, 4, in 5, out 6, tendu 7, and close. Then you'll have 4 counts to change feet, putting your left foot front. Then we'll repeat the combination with the left foot. Have you got it? Remember, the lower leg and foot never goes in back of the thigh or knee, and keep your knee at the same height on the rond de jambe en l'air. Don't let your knee go front or back or up or down. it stays in the same place. And even if you can do your développé higher, let's just keep it retiré height for this combination. Okay, stand very tall with good placement. As you do the développés and rond de jambe en l'air, stay very tall and strong on your supporting side. Ready? With the preparation, place your hands on the bar and very nice. Rest. We're going to go over our rond de jambes à terre faster now in 2 counts each. Soon we'll be doing them in 1 count each. Obviously, it's more difficult to do them correctly as you go faster, especially as you go faster. What rule do you remember? Whenever your foot is moving forward, you lead with what? Mari?
Your heel.
Excellent. And whenever the foot is moving backwards, you lead with what? Jessica?
Your toes.
Great. Everyone get in first position, left hand on the bar, between 2 of the yellow squares on the floor. Now these are like the caution lights at street intersections. You know, red is stop, green is go, and yellow is caution. These yellow markers mark the 2 most difficult places in rond de jambes. Let's do 1 slow rond de jambe just to practice. Now, keep your heel in line with where it started and tendu front. That's it. Now, go to the caution mark. Now you have to really work here to hold that rotation of your leg. On to side. Now on to the caution mark. Keep working that rotation. Now on to the back. And then close first. Now let's do 1 on to don. Lead with your toe and we go back. Now here's what I think is the hardest one. You really have to work to pull that heel forward and rotate your leg. Go to the caution mark and then side and the caution mark and front and toes back, close first. Okay, shake your legs out. Let's do this combination. We're going to do 1 slow rond de jambe in 4 counts so that you can really check that it's correct. We'll go front 1, side 2, back 3, and close first 4. Then we'll continue rond de jambes in 2 counts each, still en dehors. We'll go front 5, back 6, front 7, back 8, then 2 more, 1, back 2, and 3, and 4. Now stop there. And close first with a little plie, and straighten with a port de bras to second to finish. Then you'll be ready to repeat the whole combination en dedans. Okay, let's do it with the music. Ready with a preparation to take your arm to second. Now really think of those caution marks and first plie and pull up, arm in second, ready on dedans. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 counts each. 5, 6, 7, 8. As you know, because you are just about at the end of level 3, we have started doing our rond de jambes de terre a bit faster. And today I would like to start grand rond de jambes. Are you rested enough to learn the third most difficult movement we do at the barre? Great. Stand in first between your yellow squares, left hand on the barre. We're now going to learn grand rond de jambe. It's basically the same as rond de jambe à terre, but it's harder because it's off the floor. We're going to do them at 45 degrees first. Later, as your extensions are higher and you're stronger, we'll do them much higher. Because grand rond de jambe must stay the same height, not dip lower in places and then get higher in places, we're going to give you a guide. That's it. Help Eileen place the paper towels on your caution marks. Okay. Now, from first, take your heel forward from where it was in first. Don't overcross. Tendu front. Now, you lift front the height of the paper towels. Now you're going to continue to second, carefully keeping your heel forward. Now be careful as your leg continues to the caution mark and back. Now keep the heel forward and continue on to back, lower to tendu, and close first. That's it. Now let's do one en dedans. Tendu back, leading with your toe, lift to 45 degrees, and now this I think is the hardest part. You really have to keep reaching out with your leg long as you bring your heel forward to the caution spot. That's it. Rotate that leg and then on to second. Good. Continue now very carefully rotating your leg so that the heel is up and take your leg to the front. Lower to tendu and close first. Bravo. Now, if you would take the paper towels and just place them out of the way in back of the barre. I want to remind you of the secret I told you when we were working on Développé side that helps you when you have to hold your leg up in an extension. It helps here too. Here's the secret again. The more you reach out with the leg from the hip socket and try to lengthen the muscles, not grip, the easier it is to not only hold the position, but the easier it is to rotate your leg in the hip socket. let's do this combination, which will include your grand rond de jambe. So get in first with your left hand on the bar and use your caution marks now to guide you. You're going to do one slow rond de jambe terre in 4 counts. So let's check it. We go front 1, side 2, back 3, close 4. So now we're going to do 1 slow rond de jambe like that in 4 counts. Now we're going to do 2 rond de jambes in 2 counts each. So it'll be front 5, back 6, front 7, back 8. Now we're going to do 4 rond de jambes with 1 count each with the accent front. 4 rond de jambes. Ready? Front 1 and 2, not too fast, 3 and 4. Now, here's the big one. We're going to finish with 1 grand rond de jambe, 4 counts each. Front 1, side 2, back 3, and close first 4. And then we'll repeat all of it en dedans. So just listen a moment and go through it in your mind. 1 rond de jambe terre in 4 counts. 2 rond de jambes in 2 counts each. Then 4 rond de jambes, 1 count each. And then 1 grand rond de jambe. And that will be in 4 counts. You'll finish in first, okay? So you're in first position and say you've just finished. Then we'll continue, and would you mark this with them, Eileen? Let's continue with a port de corps front in 4 counts. Forward and down, reach out and up. Now lengthen your body, look in front of your arm, and let's go back. Back, 2, 3, 4. That's very good. Now, elevate in first position, up 1, 2, cross to sous-sus, make a very good sous-sus right, and port de bras your arms one at a time to high fifth. That's it. And now let's détourné to the other side. It'll be 5, 6, 7, and come down in first with a soft plié, ready to repeat the other side. That's it. Do you think you have it? Make sure you're in a good first, left hand on the bar, and check your placement. On the preparation, take your arm to second, and really work that rotation on those caution spots, and doing it on the Donna. You're right. Very good. And you would be ready to repeat the other side. Due to time constrictions today, we will just do that side. The girls are almost through with their level 3 work, and their technique is looking strong. So I'm going to give them this combination, which has all 3 of the most difficult movements they have learned. This is an advanced combination, but I think you can do it. Stand with your backs to the bar and place your right foot front fifth. You'll do a 4-count développé front. Let's just mark it. 1, through a beautiful wrapped position to coupé, up 2 to retiré, now open, 3 through attitude, and 4. Now we're going to take 2 counts to grand rond de jambe to second, 5, 6. Now we'll do 3 rond de jambe en l'air en dehors in 2 counts each. 7, 8, 1, 2, one more, 3, 4, and then tendu second, and now tendu through second. There you go. 5, 6, 7, and close your left foot front, 8. And as you see, you're now ready to do it with the left leg. All right? Now, Mari, I would like you to stand with just your left hand on the bar a moment, in fifth with your right foot front. I would like all of you to watch Mari do a few rond de jambe en l'air, en dehors, because she really works that rotation the way that I like it. Place your arm in second. Now you're just going to brush second and rond de jambe in, now in front of the thigh and knee, open. In front of the thigh and knee, open. In front of the thigh and knee, open, and close. That was wonderful, Mari. You've got a beautiful start on rond de jambe. Okay, now I'd like you to watch Eileen for a moment. When you do the rond de jambe en l'air, you must not let your knee drop. Okay, if you just demonstrate, Eileen, see how her knee is dropping there and lifting? Okay, now you want the knee, do a couple good ones. That's it, with the knee staying at the same height. That's what we want, okay? So if your leg is higher than your retiré, you must leave your knee there. It's okay if your foot doesn't come all the way into retiré. That's it. And now, Eileen, this is jumping ahead to the next level, but I want you to show the girls anyway. When we start rond de jambe en l'air, 1 count each, as we do them a little faster, I really work to have my students add the quality, the phrasing to the rond de jambe. So watch Miss Eileen a moment. She brushes second. Now every time she opens on the rond de jambe, there's going to be some resistance, and push, and push, and push. Thank you, Eileen. So what I'm trying to say is you do the rond de jambe en l'air. It's as if your instep of your foot is pushing something very heavy. There's a resistance on each of the openings. Not so much to worry about right now because we're doing them in 2 counts each, but as we start doing them faster, you want, and no matter how fast you do them, there should always be this opening with a bit of a resistance. Okay, let's get to the combination. Stand with your right foot front, backs to the bar. Okay, and if you remember, it's a 4-count développé front, and then rond de jambe to second, 5, 6, rond de jambe en l'air, 7, 8, these are all en dehors, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then tendu to tendu second, 5, 6, 7, and close front, 5th, 8, and then we will repeat the other side. Ready? And rond de jambe, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, in front of that thigh, 4, temps lié, 5, plié, 6, 7, and 8, and finish. Well, I am very pleased. That is a very difficult combination, and we will do it to the back also. So this time, shake your legs out for a little rest, and let's face the bar. And Eileen, would you please take Kiara through one to the back? Obviously, the rond de jambe en l'air are going to be en dedans this time. Okay, you're lightly holding the bar. Now toes back, heel forward. We're going to come up to do a développé to the back. 1, 2. Now lead with your knee. 3, 4. Now here, everyone, is the hard part. You've got to really rotate that leg as you take it past the caution spot to second. There you go. Now these are en dedans. In and open. And again, 1 and 2 in front of the thigh and knee and open. Anyway, we do 4 of those. Now tendu second, 5, plié second to temps lié, and this time, of course, we close back 5th so that we can repeat it with the left leg. Thank you, Eileen. Okay, everyone, right foot back. You're really becoming more advanced now. Ready? Now make sure your back heel is forward in a good turned out 5th. Ready? And bring that heel forward, 5, 6, en dedans, 7, and 8. 1, 2, one more, 3, 4, tendu, temps lié, tendu, close back. Now that you know développés, you can do the step of the pony or horse, pas de cheval. Basically, it's a little développé. Watch Miss Eileen a moment as she does a few. Do 3 quick ones to the side, Eileen. And paw, and paw, and paw. That's it. Thank you. See how it resembles a horse pawing the ground? Of course, this is a step to show off your beautiful footwork. Let's go through some with Miss Eileen. Now start in 5th with your right foot front and do a tendu front. Okay, now come into a very good 5th, on up to a beautifully wrapped position. So you really have that heel forward. Now open with the most beautiful little développé you can to tendu front. There. Now close 5th and continue through the sur le coup de pied. Point your foot beautifully in développé side. Now close 5th back. Now this I think is the hardest one. Toes back and little développé to tendu back. And one more to the side, through 5th, toes back and tendu, and close front. All right, let's do this combination. I want to see really beautiful feet now. Right foot front 5th. On the preparation, you'll do a port de bras to second with a tendu to second, and hold your tendu. So like this, right foot front, ready arm, 5, 6, tendu 7. Now hold 8. Now we'll do a pas de cheval to tendu front. 1, 2. Pas de cheval to tendu side. 3, 4. Pas de cheval to tendu back. 5, 6. Now hold that just a second. Now we're going to do 2 very quick pas de cheval to tendu side. And 7 and 8. Now hold that just a moment. Then we'll repeat, starting with the pas de cheval to the back. So it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now really beautiful feet. And 7 and 8. After that set, let's finish by closing 5th front with a little plie and straighten. Do you think you have it? Okay, let's do it with Donald. Now really try to make those feet speak beautifully. Stand very tall, ready with your preparation, and... You know frappes to the side, so let's go over frappes front and back now. Follow Miss Eileen, put your right foot front 5th, and remember, frappe has a strong outward accent, and it begins in the sur le coup de pied position, the wrapped position. So first, place your right foot in the wrapped position front. Now flex your ankle enough that you really have a wrapped position. I like the ankle to really work on the frappes. I want to see a big difference between the stretched pointed foot and the wrapped foot. Now, keeping the heel leading, place the pads of your toes on the floor, and you're going to brush front. Brush. That's it. Good. Now hold. Your foot should be just dégagé height, and is it turned out and pointed? Okay, now here's the important part. You're going to bring the foot back to the wrapped position, pulling the knee side as you go. And you have to flex your ankle a bit so you can bring it in without letting it touch the floor. Okay, let's do another one front, very sharp. Out, that's it. And pull the knee side, back, back. Good, now shake out your feet a little and let's go over frappe back. This is the hardest one. I want you to place your right foot back 5th. You've learned sur le coup de pied back, but I'd like you to get into it this way today. Do a tendu back and hold. You should have the side of your big toe lightly on the floor and your leg rotated well. So your knee should be looking side. Now very slowly, keeping the side of your big toe on the floor, you have to let your ankle flex a little and pull your knee open side until you have your right foot in the sur le coup de pied back position. Now remember how the side of your big toe was against the floor coming in. You're going to slide it out very sharply for back, frappe back. Watch Miss Eileen a moment. Many teachers teach frappe back like this, the ball of the foot against the floor and back, right. I like it this way. The side of the big toe brushes the floor. This keeps the leg and the foot in a better line. Everyone practice a few to the back because I know it's a little tricky. The side of your big toe brushes the floor very sharply. And of course, bring that knee open to the side. Now we're going to do this frappe combination. Follow Miss Eileen. Put your right foot front 5th. On the preparation, you'll port-a-bras to 2nd and place your foot in the wrapped position front. Ready? Your arm will go 5, 6, and as you open second, tendu second. 7, and then wrap 8. That's it. Now we won't go too fast right now. We're going to go frappe front 1, hold, count 2, and then take 2 counts to come back to your sur le coup de pied, really pulling the knees side and not touching the floor. 3, 4. Now side. Out 1, hold 2, come in 3, 4. Now here's the hard one to the back. We'll go out 1, hold 2, come in 3, 4. Last one side, out 1, hold 2, come in 3, 4. Now, we're going to do this with the music. To finish, I think you finish with the outside foot sur le coup de pied front, right? So to finish, after you've done the combination en croix, we're going to do a little soft plie and close fifth front, and then pull up to finish. Okay, let's do it with the music. Ready? Preparation, and... Good. Let's do it to the other side. Get ready. You want your left foot front fifth. Be ready for your preparation. And... While we're into quick movements, I'd like to teach you petit battement. This is a tricky movement, so watch Miss Eileen carefully. Like frappe side, which you already know, it's done in the wrapped position, sur le coup de pied. Also like frappe side, your upper leg and knee stay still in one place. That knee needs to be pulled open side very strong. Don't let it go up or down or front or back. That's it. Really keep, oh, come on, let me see your wrapped position, everyone. That's it. Now keep pulling that knee open to the side and use the wrapped position with your foot and ankle. Now, let's start in fifth once more. Fifth position. From your fifth, place your right foot sur le coup de pied front. There. Now here is what's tricky. Your knee has to be held in place, but it has to be relaxed enough, that knee joint, so that you can open and close the lower leg like this. The leg opens a little bit, and then it sharply closes front or back. That's it. Always in the wrapped position. Okay, let's try it again. Now your foot is wrapped. We're going to just practice a couple. Now, it's sort of like your knee is the hinge on a gate, and your lower leg is the door or the gate. So you must let the hinge allow the lower leg to work. So you open the gate a little, and this time let's close back, in. Open again, and this time close front, in. That's it. Now watch Miss Eileen carefully as she opens side a little and then closes back and then opens and closes front. Her foot is moving in a V-shaped pattern, not a U-shaped pattern. Eileen, do several for us with the accent very strong. Back and front and back and front and back and front. Thank you. Girls, do you see that V-shaped movement, that V-shaped pattern? Eileen, would you show them how it looks if you use a U-shaped pattern? There, you can really see the difference. You see, the petit battement is done with only the lower leg. You don't move the upper leg. And if you make a U-shaped pattern, the whole leg moves. Okay, let's have you do some like this. Start in fifth, right foot front, and we'll do a preparation with the tendu to second, and place your right foot in the wrapped position front. Ready? Arm 5, 6, and as you open second, tendu second, 7, and wrap 8. And place your arm to low fifth. That's it. Now really keep pulling that knee open strongly. Okay, now we'll open the gate on and close back sharply 1. Open on and close front sharply 2. And back and front. Remember, it's just the opposite of frappe. The accent is in, not out. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do 4 singles, and let's do that. Back, front, back, front. Okay, now we're going to do 3 doubles. Back, front, back, front, back, front, and hold. Is your knee still pulling open very strong? Then we're going to repeat it, but reversed. So 4 singles starting front, and back, and front, and back. Now 3 doubles, front, back, front, back, front, back, and hold. That's it. All right, have you got it? Let's begin with fifth, right foot front. At the end, Eileen, after they've done the reverse, front, back, and then the 3, doubles, do a tendu to second with the arm, everyone, and then just close fifth front to finish. Okay, do we have that? So we're going to do 4 singles and 3 doubles, back, front, the first set, and then we'll reverse and we'll do it with the accent front and back. And after the 3 doubles front, back, you'll do a tendu to second, close fifth front to finish. Okay, ready? Now really try to make that knee and upper thigh stay pulled open strongly to the side, but allow that lower leg to work so that your knee is like a hinge, and keep those movements a V-shaped. Ready, Donald? And front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back, hold. Now that you're more advanced, we're going to start pirouettes. This is exciting, I know. We'll be working on them in a few minutes. This frappe combination I'm going to give you is actually to help you with your pirouettes. Miss Eileen, will you please lead? Let's mark through it. Start in fifth, right foot front. We'll do a preparation with a tendu to second and close fifth front plie. Ready? Arm 5, 6, and now as you open second, tendu second 7, then close fifth front plie 8. Now stay there a moment. You're going to relevé into the sur le coup de pied front position with your outside foot. Now I want it very wrapped. 1. Now with resistance, lower into fondue front. 2. That's it. Of course, your foot is pointed now. Relevé, coup de pied position, very wrapped, so you can flex your ankle. 3. Now fondue with control. 4. Relevé again. 5, a very wrapped position. Fondue 6, point. Then another relevé 7, a very wrapped position. And hold that coup de pied, count 8. Now we're going to do 8 frappés to the side, very sharp. Now as you do these, you must pull up very strong on your supporting side, just like in pirouettes. Now I want you to use your foot, just like when you do frappé side on the floor. I want to see a very wrapped position in the sur le coup de pied, okay? And then of course your ankle stretches when you do the frappé. Now, let's, after your 8 frappés, let's be in second, okay? Now we're going to take a little balance in second for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close sous-sus 5, and we'll détourné 6, 7 to the other side, and come down 5th plie on the other side, 8, ready to repeat. So you would relevé 1 in the sur le coup de pied. And then fondue with great control 2. Don't just drop down, and so forth. Have you got it? Okay, let's start on the first side. Get ready for your preparation. Right foot front 5th. Now don't forget to stand very tall and keep that left side very strong. Ready? And... Relevé 1. Good. I know that you've been waiting anxiously to begin pirouettes. So now that you have a lovely retiré balance for 2 counts, you're ready. We'll start with a half turn at the barre. But before, I would like to go over something very important about pirouettes. I'm going to use my top. There is a very famous master teacher that has taught for many, many years at the School of American Ballet, which is the official school of the New York City Ballet. And his name is Stanley Williams. Stanley Williams, again, a very master teacher. I would go back in the summers many times because many of my students were in the summer on scholarship at New York City Ballet School, or they were at other schools, and I would watch this great master teacher, Stanley Williams, teach many classes. And he said something about pirouettes over and over and over again. Don't think turn, think in. Now, I kept trying to figure out what was he talking about? And actually, many of the students, they were having a little trouble figuring it out too. And I finally figured it out, and I'm going to try to explain to you what he was talking about, because this great master teacher had so much to offer. Here is my top, and this is the type of old-fashioned top. To make it spin, you have to push down like that. Now, why don't just pass it along real quick, and each of you have one turn. That's it. And now you try it, Kiara. So you notice you have to push down to make it turn, okay? One more, Jessica's turn. You didn't know in class today that you were going to be playing with toys, did you? Thank you. Okay, so what he was talking about when he said, don't think turn, think in. Stand up and get in fifth with your right foot front. Put your your right hand in front in third middle. Now, we won't be working on the pirouette itself right now. I just want you to concentrate on what I'm trying to explain about don't think turn, think in. Now, do a demi-plie and really work to rotate your legs. Really push those knees back. Now think of rotating the inside of your thighs forward and the back of your knees and the backs of your calves. And at the same time, press into the floor as you're rotating. So he was talking about, don't think of the turn so much, but think in. Like the top, I want you to push down and rotate, almost like you're rotating yourself right into the floor. Okay, now keep that in your file cabinet up there. And Kiara, come here a moment. I want to discuss something else. All right, now, when you turn, let me take you over here just a little bit. Everybody watch very closely, okay? Now, I'm sure all of you have been on a merry-go-round, and if you've been on the merry-go-rounds that have different horses and animals, you notice how they have a pole down through the center of them? So let's see, Mari, will you help me with Kiara? This is Kiara's pole down through the center of her head. Now that pole goes all the way through your body, right down the center. Now everybody watch. Let's pretend that Kiara is going to do a en dehors pirouette on her left leg. So that would mean, in other words, this right foot would be up, and she would be turning with the right side back and the left side forward. Now this is the point I want to make. You have a pole, we're just pretending of course, through the center of your body. Now, when you're going to do this en dehors turn with your right foot up, you're turning away from the supporting leg, your left one, right? So this half of your body, the right side of your body, when you take off to do your pirouette, the right side of your body, your right shoulder, your right hip, and this knee if it's up in retiré, that has to go back at the same time as the left side of your body goes forward. Your left shoulder, and if you're going to close this arm, your left shoulder, and your left hip, they've got to be coming forward. So one half of your body is going back while the other half is coming forward. Now the reason I'm talking about this is I want you to be able to do 3, 4 pirouettes at least, not just 1 or 2. And the way that happens is to keep, as you're turning, this side of your body going back as this side is coming forward. If you stop the one side from coming forward as the other half of your body is going back, again, you've put the brakes on and you've stopped your turn. So to keep that turn going and have multiple turns, you've got to keep the one side going back and the other side coming forward. Look in the mirror over my shoulder, and you've learned how to spot, okay? Now, we're going to keep turning the same way. Keep focusing there. Find something to look at and focus on it. Keep your eyes there. And your body, we're just going to be doing a slow turn for a moment. Now, keep your eyes there, and so your face is going to be looking there. Keep looking there, keep looking there. Okay, now, because you can't stay there any longer, of course, your head whips around fast, and we are now focusing on our spot again. Now, all of that's very important, but this is my what I want to get across now. Still focusing, all right? Now, you keep your focus there. Let's say she's going to do 3 pirouettes, all right? Here's my point. Now, you focus there. Don't look at anything else. Now, the thing is, every turn, you've got to take your head with you. So, ready? Here comes the first turn. Turn your head, and then turn your head, and then turn your head. Okay, and stop a moment. Now, this is the point I'm trying to make here. Again, if, for instance, you're focus again, one more time frame. Now, really focus there. Don't look anywhere else. Now, if you're trying to do 3, 4, 5, 6 pirouettes, if you leave your head here focusing too long, it's the same thing. It stops your turn. It's like putting the brakes on. So again, on each of the turns, you want to make sure your head goes with you. So those are some very important parts of the pirouette, and it is what's the difference. It is what really makes the difference between someone that can do many pirouettes or someone that can only do 1 or 2. So one is to keep one side going back and keep the other side going forward. If you stop that side that's coming forward, it's going to stop your turn. And the same thing with your spot. You've got to have your head go with you. You mustn't stop your head. It's got to go with each turn of your body. Have you kind of got that? All right. Let's go to the barre, and we'll do this. And this is what we're going to do. Stand with your back to the barre, but check to be sure that you're about 1 arm's distance from the barre, because we're going to be doing a half pirouette. You don't want to hit your knee on the barre. All right, get in 5th, right foot front. Yes. Now, place your arms in middle 3rd with your right arm front. Watch Miss Eileen first as she demonstrates the combination. You're going to plie, rotating into the floor, 1, 2, and then you're going to be closing your left arm to first as you relevé with your right leg in a beautiful retiré, and you're going to pirouette to face the barre on 3. On 3, right, and now if you can, try to stay up there on balance on 4. And then you're going to coupe to your front foot with control. Don't just drop. That's on 5. Now we're going to do a pas de bourrée turn to face out, 6 and 7. I'd like to be in sous-sus, Eileen. So let's make 7 a nice sous-sus, so that when we come down beautifully. 1, 2. Now, of course, you're going to have your right arm closed because you're going to be turning a half turn to the barre with your left leg in retiré. So the combination is plié, and remember we talked about the great Stanley Williams. Don't think turn, think in. Now you don't need a lot of force for a half a turn or even a single turn, but it's good practice to really rotate those legs on your plié. So you plie 1, let's practice, 2, and now rock it up, 3, balance 4 if you can, then take the barre, that's it. Now coupe to your front foot, 5, pas de bourrée 6, and 7 is your sous-sus, hold 8, because you're going to come down for your plie, 1, 2, pirouette 3, try to balance on 4, coupe to your front foot 5, pas de bourrée 6, and 7 is a beautiful sous-sus, hold 8. Have you got it? All right, let's do it with Donald. And Eileen, if you would just keep a watch, maybe we'll have some suggestions. Okay, right foot front 5th, get ready, and on the preparation, just take your arms to 3rd with your right arm front this first time, and this just continue alternating right and left. And let's try 4 sets, okay? And plie 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pas de bourrée 6, 7, hold 8, plie 1, 2, pirouette 3, hold 4, coupe 5, pas de bourrée 6, and 7, hold 8. All right, stop a moment. That's it. Don't forget, Mari, the pas de bourrée finishes 7 and you hold 8 because you want to come down in the plie on 1 and 2. All right, would you like to do a couple more? All right, did you see any balancing on the 4 after the pirouette at all, Eileen?
I saw Mari find balance.
Did you find it once? Good. At the end of your pirouette, even if we were doing 3 pirouettes on the floor, you always want to lift at the end of the turn. And that's why I'm trying to get you to do the half pirouette on 3 and see if you can stay up for count 4. You can always take the bar with one hand, of course, if you lose your balance. All right, let's just try a couple of more, Donald. Here we go. And finish. I think I saw Kiara hold count 4 once. Did I, Kiara? Very good. Bravo for you. That's a very good practice exercise. We're going to be working on our arabesque stretches in a few minutes. I want to tell you that working on your arabesque to make it more and more perfect is something you do your entire life as a ballet dancer. And before we do our arabesque stretches, I brought along Betty Box, the ballerina. And this is to help you have an understanding of what you're working toward with your arabesque. Now, this box represents, and your artwork, by the way, is wonderful. Very, very good. This is Betty Box's upper body, her rib cage, and she has, of course, a beautiful necklace on here. And this, I'm sure, these are her ribs. Is that right, Mari? You did a great job. Okay, so this is Betty Box's upper body, her rib cage. Her ribs go all the way around to the back, and there's her front, her beautiful necklace. So we're pretending that she has a head up here and, of course, a neck, as all these ballerinas do. Now, Betty Box's upper body, okay, with her rib cage and all, as you do your arabesque, this rib cage does not get to tilt and go down. She has to keep her rib cage square front, and as you've learned in Grand Battement, she gets to lift her upper body up and forward a bit, but not leaning forward like that. Now, this is Betty Ballerina. This is her pelvis. Stand up a second, Mari. Okay. Now, come a little closer. Yeah, that's about right, too. That's just about the same, except Betty Box has very sharp hips, doesn't she? Okay, you can sit down. Now, this is important. Wonderful artwork here. The girls have, drawn a lovely belly button. Okay, so this is Betty Ballerina's pelvis. Now, you have to pretend that she's got legs. And, of course, one leg in arabesque, let's say it's, her right leg, is going to be out there beautifully rotated and turned out and very high. All right, now, when you do the arabesque stretch or when you do a beautiful arabesque, the pelvis is to stay straight. And that's very hard when your leg is up in the back very high. The belly button should be looking front, not tilting down toward the floor. Now, when you do the arabesque stretch, you work very hard to keep that pelvis very straight. If you let the pelvis tilt like this, you don't get a stretch in the hip flexor area as much. So when we're doing our stretches, you're going to remember to work to try to have your pelvis straight with the belly button front, and you're going to work to try to keep your rib cage, your upper body, straight up and down, square front. You can lift up and forward like you're trying to show your necklace. Really lift your upper body up and forward, but you mustn't let it dip forward or tilt forward. All right, girls. Now, we just talked about Betty Box, the ballerina, and of course, the wonderful artwork that you did. And if you remember the pelvis of Betty Box, someone drew a belly button. Who did the belly button? It was a wonderful belly button, Jessica. Very good. And the pelvis of Betty Box, when you do your arabesque, and we're going to be doing an arabesque stretch right now, that's why the chairs are there, you try to keep your belly button looking front, not down at the floor. Not so easy. And also, Betty Box had an upper body with lovely ribs, and she had a beautiful necklace. Who drew the necklace and the ribs? Mari, thank you. Those were great. So that's to remind you that your upper body, when you're doing your arabesque stretch, needs to be lifted up and forward, but don't lean forward. Now, about these chairs, we're going to do an arabesque stretch, and we'll start by having our right leg in arabesque on the chair, but just a moment. These chairs are not very high, and you may be thinking, oh, I'm not going to get much of a stretch with something this low. You will be surprised. If you work correctly, you will get a very good stretch with these chairs, and I have often used for classes a bench, even a bit lower than these chairs. So put your right foot on the chair, and I want you to keep it flexed. That's right, 2 hands on the bar. Now, the reason you're keeping your right foot flexed is to help you keep that leg turned out. Pretend you still have those eyes on your knees. Your knees should be looking side and very straight legs. Now listen carefully, and Eileen is going to go along and help you as we do this stretch. Wait just a moment, Mari. We're going to do a very slow plie. It'll be 2 counts down, 2 counts up, but here's why even a low chair like this, not a very high position for your leg, that you can still get a very good stretch. If you work very hard to keep your pelvis straight, your hip flexor area, that's that part in front of your right hip, right where it connects to your leg. Now that's going to get a very good stretch. And if you're keeping your pelvis straight and you're keeping your rib cage and your shoulders square front, as you plie deeply, you're going to get a stretch in your back. Now watch out as you do the plie that your knee that is bending in the plie, that would be your left knee right now, that you don't roll. You really pull that knee over the second toe of your left foot, you know. So now here's what we're going to do. We're going to go down. Let's just practice one. And Eileen, if you just go and help them as they do this. We're going to do this 4 times. Let's just practice one. Down, way down in your plie, down. Now work to have your pelvis straight or you're not going to get the stretch I want. And now coming up slowly, 3, 4. Right, so 2 counts down, 2 counts up. Now listen, we're going to do 4 of those. 2 counts down, 2 counts up. Now let's pretend this is number 4. Go down, down, make sure your back leg is very straight. Now, let's say you're at the basement of the building, okay? Now, the elevator is going to take you up to the 2nd or 3rd floor, but you want to take your leg too. So as you straighten your left knee, at the same time, take that right leg with you. Up and up. Hold it, and hold it, and hold it, and rest. Okay, so the fourth time, we're going to then lift that leg after the 2 counts down. We will stay there and then lift the leg as we come up. I'll talk you through it. Okay, now work to have your belly button looking straight front so that you can really get a stretch in that hip flexor area. Okay, are you ready? And Donald. Slowly down, down, up, up. Number 2, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. Now here we go, down, down. Now lift the leg up and stay. Hold, hold, and rest. All right. Shake your legs out a moment. Now we're going to do the same stretch, but a little different. This is another way to get a very good arabesque stretch. We need to work in partners, and so Eileen, we need you to help too. How about Eileen, you help Mari, and Jessica, you help Kiara. Now you get to be a teacher for a while. You can just push the chair out of the way. Okay, now who's teacher with Mari? Is that Eileen? Okay, and who is teacher with Kiara? Jessica? Okay, hurry quick. Now face the bar, the ones that are the students. Okay, get in 5th with your right foot back. Now, you work the same way, working to keep your pelvis as straight as you can and lift your body up and forward. Lift your necklace up and forward. Now, do a tendu back with your right leg. And the people that are being teachers, you're going to help them keep that leg turned out, and you're going to watch and correct them if they don't keep their pelvis straight, and if they don't have their rib cage square front and their shoulders. So you be the teacher now. All right, everyone, lift your leg to arabesque. And the teachers, you can take their leg a little higher if you like. Now, help them keep their leg rotated and make sure that the leg is in back of them. Jessica, you want that leg in back of her shoulder. Okay, now in these deep pliés, work to have your pelvis as straight as you can. Here we go, 4 times. Ready? And. Down, down, up, up, and down, down, up, up, and down, down, up, up, and here's the 4th one, down, down, and now really lift the leg up, up, and now stay, and let go, hold, and finish. Very nice. What good teachers. Another stretch that is very well known, I call the foot in the mouth stretch. Now, many students, in fact, practically every time I teach this stretch, every time, Mari, when we do this, they usually say, I can't do this, Miss Mary Lynn, because my arm isn't long enough. Anyway, Mari, have your right leg pull up to retiré with your right foot. Good. Now, I want to show you this. This stretch is done incorrectly so much. this hand, right hand, I want, let me show you with my arm. This hand is to go under the heel this way, okay? So you take your right hand and go in back of your heel there, and then just bring it up to front attitude, okay? Now, this front attitude, it's as if you had a platter here, and you put your foot on this platter, okay? Now bring this foot up as if you're going to put it in your mouth. That's right. So this is why I call it foot in the mouth stretch. Now the thing is, you have to be stretched enough that you can take this foot up here. Now, I want you to show it incorrectly first. A lot of the students, what they do is they straighten their leg and they lean over to do it. You see how Mari is doing this now? Okay, that's not what we want, so bring it back. So here's front attitude, and you think of putting your foot in your mouth. No, I want it done the other way. The heel, your hand under your heel. Now get a good grip. Now bring it up as if you're going to put your foot in your mouth, and then keep it up and try to straighten it up here to the front as much as possible. That's it. Now we straighten the supporting leg and take the foot to the side, way over here to the side, right. And to get an extra stretch, you can even do a little porticore side and pull the heel up even more. That's it. Now stretch without strength is nothing. We have to have both. So now you pull that up where you want it, and I'm going to try to help with just a little bit of help, and let's see if you can hold it 2 counts. 1, 2, I'm letting go, hold it. That's it, and down. Very good. So it's important, Mari, that you not only stretch, but you always finish making yourself hold something, like the arabesque stretch we did earlier, and with this foot in the mouth stretch, because you can't just have stretch, you also have to have strength. That was a very nice one, though.